All right, I apologize that there was an unexpected break in the action. It was actually a production on my side. I pressed the wrong button, but I'm a trader, not a tech guy. But I have no choice. I'll get better. So I'll make it up to you right now with a couple of winners. Back to it. Okay. Final look at the movers. We had GameStop breaking higher. Uh, ZS was the price action. Unity Software, we've been in all week. GLD working on its 10th straight day. Jim Cramer, this is I tweeted this a day ago, actually 2 days ago too. Watch Roblox one. The Roblox horse continues. So I'm letting you know that RBLX is you have to be in it. That is the hottest stock as we speak right now. RBLX, Jim Cramer once again. Big sporting goods store, all you wanted on the open, then ran about another $8. A&F, same thing. All right. Here was my universe this morning and what I was looking at. It's still my screen now, give or take. So Zscale right here reports CRWD, CrowdStrike goes with it. So I had my eye on that. Nordstrom reported down $3, but I was also looking at A&F. I was looking at Gap stores. Space was a hot stock. Here we have the Wall Street bet stocks. I had AHT overnight. That was a letdown, and I'm going to tell you why. The sporting goods stores, and here are the Chinese stocks, TAL and GOTU. What else? Oh, EH, the stock from my yesterday is right here that I wanted to make a note of. Peers, right here. That was the bottom line. This is my general universe, and the stocks that I have an eye on or want to keep a position or have positions are on the bottom right. And the respective tag-alongs, if you will, at least try to be grouped together. EH was one. Here you have NCLH and RCL, which had heavy option volume. So this is my universe, and I try to show it every day. Kathy plus 2%. Fossil bullish action. Fossil and BBY. Okay, let me go back to the charts now. My Twitter feed throughout the day. What is what's going on here? The VIX now resistance if bulls have their way. AMC more calls. BlackBerry more calls. Kind of a delayed reaction. Mike Santoli, the tape is so tough isn't so tough to read. He's right. Gamma squeeze. We talk about, well, actually, it's on the Twitter feed all the time. The VIX getting a little bit, now we're getting to a little bit overbought territory. SPG up 1%. NIO bullish. You get the picture. Okay, let me go back to the charts. I want to comment it on the ones I wrote down. Okay, let's go to EH. Now, EH yesterday is a drone play. It's also a Chinese stock. So yesterday, EH had a move on news, kind of like Laser did the other day. In fact, it has a similar move. So it had news, went from 2160 to 25. Monster move on big volume. I didn't like the pullback equally as much. Basically, it pulled back right here, and that was where I wanted to buy it, and I looked to buy it. So today, that was the 2235 is exactly where it was yesterday when everything started. That was, you know what, I have to do that a little bit better for you. Let's go to a week. That's where you want to take a step out and buy EH. And that was what price? 2240, which we did. 2240, 2425. EH, it's dead money. It was a trade. There were better trades, as a matter of fact, but that was a trade that still had what we call, and I say it a lot, resumption trades. They resume. If they have that volume and that action, and it's not an obscure stock, it's not even a low floater. And that's why I usually say to stay away from the low floaters that have that type of one-day wonder news, because you can't get out. But as I said, this stock has it in it. But the big money last night, let me go backwards, was made in Peers. Peers yesterday. Now, first of all, I worked backwards when I saw what happened. Peers had news. I saw once before, only 2 years ago, it was a $10 stock. And by the way, this isn't a one-hit wonder either. This stock moves. It doesn't die. You know, it goes from like 4 to 6 and goes in that channel. So once again, I always say it has it in it. So that's a 5-year chart, by the way. I'll go to 2 years. You know, even so, it does move. So yesterday, peers went from 218. I'm sorry about the line. I'm trying to save time. That was a good line. From 218 and closed at 380 on massive volume being 300 million as opposed to what is the average volume on? 6 million. That's skewed. So let's say it's an average volume of 1 million, but it did have news to back it up. Peers. And it closed at the high. So that stock Peers was a stock, you know what? It's still with 300 million shares, you had to be aware of it. So it did close. Where did it close? It closed at 375, opened this morning at 508. Wow, it opened up $1.25, you know, and didn't have a down pick, you know, down tick since then. So you got lucky if you had it. I didn't have it. I just had to highlight something that really is not a one-day wonder because it does trade, but I didn't have it, but I wanted to make note of it, a stock that trades 3 million. You know what? It should even have a better range, but we'll move on. So NBRV. Did the same thing, opened up an open week, no interest. But the big money was made in AMC, closing at the high yesterday in GameStop. I don't, like I say, I use this analogy. It doesn't matter if it's widgets or Nerf footballs, but a stock that goes from 182 to 215, closes on the high, give or take a healthy pullback, if you will. We don't want to be the one chasing it to the high. That's one you had to be in, and it worked. The only reason what it held me back from going heavy is because the other ones like cost didn't work. BBBY was kind of delayed reaction. It's still under technical pressure, as you could see here. But that's one. RCL was the one with option volume we've been liking. CCL. Matter of fact, I'm going to be adding to CCL right after I get off the call. I don't know if that's allowed. Yeah, I'll be buying options. But let's go to TAL, the Chinese stocks, the Chinese education stocks that are trading, that are having 3-day ranges from 48 to 34, trading 30 million shares a day. Actually, yesterday was the dead cat bounce, if you will, although Goldman Sachs is, these are the tricky stocks, but these are stocks that go together. As you'll see, this is TAL's chart. EDU, I'm sure, does the same thing. And so does GOTU, the former GSX. So this stock, you know what, I wouldn't say that if it wasn't for Chinese education stock, this was actually kind of closing maybe on a doji near the high with volume. You know, it's not really my style to, you know, to the first day down, if you will, but it is volatile, it is active. LI, I have my eye on. LI, oh my Lord. LI, we started was about right here, 11 o'clock we started LI. We started 11:06. And LI was 22:30. And LI, we started XPVE. Same thing, LI, oh, was sold. Same thing, Space, active stock. Space looks good now. I'm not sure if the shorts are even out of it yet. The story made sense. It might be back in play, if you will, you know, but a stock that goes from $20 to $28 on 100 million, 50 million, you know, I could be wrong, but it's going to give me an out. AHT was a stock I had overnight and I went long, and I don't want to say I chickened out of it. It just lagged so badly. I saw every time it never really broke out like the other ones. And I sold it at what, 361? I sold it right here, AHT. Had my Twitter feed was posting good volume. Ford. Okay, there's another one. This might continue to work. There's Ford. That also showed me why that LI was strong. Here's Ford. Let's go to 2 years on Ford. Ford doesn't want to give it to me. That's a good sign, though. They're trying to keep me out of the trade, which is a positive. All right, Ford making 2-year highs. You know, it's not sexy, but when Ford goes on electric news and LI goes on electric news, when you have an archaic company like IBM or Hewlett Packard, like Ford, reinventing themselves, going into EVs, making two-year highs, but you also have stocks that the new innovative stocks that do it at 2-year highs going up as well. That tells me the sector is hot and it's going to stay hot for a little while. Fisker, QS, where's that? QS, I had my eye on this afternoon. Yeah, I should add eyes. Anyway, so going forward, what do we have on earnings tonight? We have American Eagle. If anybody watches Jim Cramer, and not to be redundant, but it is what it is, and he does say it, American Eagle is now what he considers the best of breed. So with A&F sitting up here, we have to see how AEO acts. I'm not going to say it's one to take into earnings, but the retail sector, a notoriously horrible follow-through sector, is going to be hot. And for those that don't want to make money in RBLX, is it 100 yet? RBLX or Upstart. And if you trade Upstart, I mean, you got to trade it. You can't be, Upstart. The two hottest stocks on the board, Upstart too. Okay, so we have Snow. Snow is going to move these software stocks tomorrow. Warren Buffett owns Snow. Goldman loves Snow. Jim Cramer for a couple of weeks has been touting Snow. I'm not going to take Snow, but Snow is going to move is going to move these the software or SAS stocks, if you will. Okta is going to move as well, has earnings. Nvidia. Does Nvidia? I have to check that if Nevada has earnings. Oh my Lord. I don't know if Nevada has earnings. I'll get back to it. Williams Sonoma. It's going to drive the retail sector further. So let's go back and SPY bullish. bullish, wise guy action. There you go, in the last 32 seconds. I like I'm in it. Ford, more bullish, wise guy action. Skills, a lot of option calls. There you go. LI Auto jumps as EV maker beats expectations. So LI is jumping higher along with Ford, so we have to keep our eye on those. The sentiment right now, I don't want to jump over, but I'm trying to wrap up, should be, I'm guessing, shouldn't be somewhat even maybe around here. And the VIX, what is the VIX telling us right now? The VIX is at the low. I mean, you know what I mean? You have to, until he has shown other words, you have to stay tactical and be along the market, or at least, be aware of the rotations. NCLH, what else is going up? A&F still near the high. ZS. I mean, if it sees 194, you think it's got to see 200, but I don't like that candle there. So it needs rest, as we say. Pins, Netflix, Fubo, Apple. No, nobody wants an interest in Apple anymore. And I can see when I was a rookie, I'd be like, well, the Nasdaq's making new highs and Amazon's not even participating. Or look at Apple. Apple's going and the Nasdaq's not going. But you know what? Apple's more prime to pop 5% to go down percent with the Nasdaq here. So although you do look at the FANG stocks as a bellwether, certainly AMAT being down 12 cents after going from 120, from 117 to 140, being down 12 cents isn't what I would call a reversal. Zoom, Planeteer, Upstart, these hot ones right here. You have to see where General Motors is going to finish. It's not sexy, but I think you're going to get the picture. Chevron, Texaco, the oil's not in play. Bitcoin, coin. I'm gonna have to see how coin closes today. Now it's good. Now it's in the gap. I don't even think it's a play right now. You wanted to be in it cheaper. Now it's what they call in the danger zone. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do to prepare for this afternoon? Okay. So let me open up my my queries. New share. New share. Where's new share? Hold on. New share. There we go. Okay. There we go. So now my top list. What am I going to be looking at? Biggest gainers with range. Okay, let's go with the volume first because we always go with the volume. So OMI, I'm gonna write these down. I'm not going to give them away right now. I'm going to follow that one. Stock's up $7, 4 times its volume. It's actually going up the last 10 minutes. I don't know if the juice is out of the punch bowl. I got my eye on it. Novin, GameStop still in the middle of the range, but I wouldn't say it's over. And there's LI. So what I'm saying is I'm not, as I say, I apologize about the cliches, but I'm not reinventing the wheel. Tiger. I was all over Tiger yesterday in the room. QS. I told you right before. QS, I know QS is one I want to have my eye on. EH, there you go. Another one I want to have my eye on. All of them have volume near the high and have good price action. Toll reported earnings. There's my gut appers, large range movers. So here's my large range movers in the bottom right. So I go relative today's range. GME with the biggest dollar range. PDD, DIC, ZSOMI, ANF. So JWin, Sol. So right again, these are all consistent of what I'm saying. Let's go to the day movers. Now let me go to the sector watch. So it doesn't seem like I'm biased on anything. Sector watch. Okay, this is my sector watch. What's all green? All right, financials are green. And what's the strongest financial with the finance? Come on now. PGR, nothing. What's weak? Healthcare is weak. It has the most red. So what is the weakest? BSX, I kept, well, maybe I'll keep my eye on. I'm not going to do it now, but we'll see if that has some volume. CVS has been a horse. That's probably the first day down without looking at the chart. Really have no interest. I'll have to look at the volume. Technology, pulling back a little bit. Financials. So you get the picture of what I'm doing. The top list is sector watch. Let's look at unusual volume. Always love the volume. Insane volume. Moving up on volume. LI, what a surprise. LI, you get the picture. Express. Okay, so with that being said I'm going to get back. We have coach at 1:00. I need some time to prepare myself. Coach is going to be back on TGH at 1:00. In the meantime, go through do your homework, go through whether it be going in our stock query right here, going through the movers, change, volume, we'll give you the volume. There you go. AMC, there you go. NIO, Planeteer, Space. You don't even need the other ones, except that I'm going to give them to you more of them how to play them. So with that being said, it's 11:40 Eastern. Have a plan. Hope to see you in the room later and trade well. Thanks again.